The Tamiya Lunchbox, probably one of the most iconic and the most recognisable Tamiya, well, probably of all time. I'm sure there's some people that may disagree, and actually you could probably pick a handful of the Tamiyas and say the same thing. But if I picked this up and took it out onto the street and asked everyone over the age of 30, do you recognise this? I reckon a high proportion of them would say yes. Even if you didn't have any radio controlled cars or trucks back in the day, or you weren't into it, I can imagine quite a few people will remember the Lunchbox. Released in 1987, June 1987 to be precise, so 39 years ago pretty much to the day. It was the first to incorporate this chassis, shortly followed, I think it was later on that year, like December 87, with the Midnight Pumpkin, another one a lot of people will remember, and it was pretty popular, hence why a lot of people will remember it. It was actually the first Tamiya I ever remember. A friend of mine had one at school and they used to have like a radio control club. I couldn't afford to get one back in the day. However, I did have a little junior one, and a few of my other friends had the junior ones, and we just used to like mess about with them at break time. And then a few years later, I managed to get a second-hand one. So for me, this thing holds a lot of memories because it was the very first time I ever knew of Tamiya. Now, as far as I'm aware, it hasn't changed in them 39 years. There might have been some very slight revisions, but it's pretty much exactly the same as it was in 1987. It was discontinued in 1995, then it came back in 2005, and then the chassis was designated the CW01. When it first came out, it wasn't. So 2005, re-released, and I think it's pretty much been about since then, and they've never stopped it. The monster truck is actually modelled off is called Rolling Thunder, and I had a four-wheel drive one. It had been converted by someone. I had to do a few tweaks to get it to work properly, and that had the Rolling Thunder livery, and it looked really cool. Quite an early video on the channel. And over the years, there's been a few limited runs. They did a red one, a blue one, a gold one. They did a black series, which I had, and I did a brushless conversion on that. It's got oil shocks. It did have an uprated servo, but I've obviously stolen it for something. And yeah, it was quite fun. Although these things, they just sit on their back wheels pretty much all the time, and you have hardly any steering. And that's what these are about, just a bit of fun, bouncing around, sitting on the back wheels. There's some big races that go on with these as well. But there's now a new kid on the block. It's the Lunchbox EVO, the CW01E. I've not heard any talk of the original Lunchbox being discontinued, so you can still have that fun comical bouncing around like you remember from the 80s and 90s. But if you want to get serious, I think the EVO might be for you. So rear end's been tweaked to add some links in there now to add a little bit of stability. The front end's been changed. It's got oil shocks. I think this kit comes with bearings as well. For a while now, Tamiya kits have come with a Hobbywing ESC, which is good. As it says here, look, front double wishbone and rear 3-link rigid axle suspension. So my plan is, so I got fully stock original, well, re-release one with a bit of a hot motor, and I'm going to build this to the same spec, so same motor, same servo, and then we're going to do a quick side-by-side little handling test and see how they wheelie and stuff like that. And then we're going to retire this from the video. Then I'm going to give this a little test jump it, probably a dirt track, give it a bit of a rip around like a mild skate park. And then I want to see if it still has that fun factor that the original Lunchbox had, or whether them tweaks have just completely changed the dynamics of it and it's nothing like this. But anyway, I'm hoping it's as fun as this, but you can do more with it.
1, 2.
Bearings, finally, in a normal kit. Let's hope they start doing that across all of them. The plastic bushing thing has been going on for a long time now, and I reckon bearings need to be standard in all kits. You can tell how basic this chassis is. There is not much to it. Obviously, you've got all the chrome trim for the body and stuff, but there are not many parts to get this thing built. So let's talk about motors. Some new little bits on the end of this gearbox with the ball connectors there for the new linkage on the back. Other than that, and obviously the bearings that come in the kit, it's the same gearbox, just them brackets on the back. So pretty much all the kits come with a silver can, a few come with a torque tuned, but this one comes with a Mabuchi silver cam. And these on a stock battery or a 2S LiPo between maybe 13 and 16,000 RPM. This one on the side there says 26,500 RPM at 7.2 volts. And it has a torque figure of 49.05, little m, big N, little m, not sure what that is. Anyway, this is gonna be spicy. I put in my Hornet Evo, I put, I think it's a BZ. I think this one's meant to be slightly faster. I can't remember, but anyway. That should wake this thing up. You may ask why I'm not using the stock motor. I mean, the stock motor's fine. They're just not very fast. And this being the new Evo with all new suspension, I want to properly test it out. I have put one of these motors in that original lunchbox that I showed you earlier, so that's going to be a bit wild. But I want to give it some beans. These motors are beautiful. They've just changed them and they don't look as nice. These ones, they got a really nice graphics, like the end bells all like nicely anodized. The only thing is these don't come with bearings. You can do like a bearing change on it. It's a bit fiddly. But these are, yeah, beautiful motors, really nice boxes. It's a shame that they've changed them, but they're still similar speeds and stuff. They're just not as bling as these ones. And these ones made in Japan. The new ones are made in China. This should be a straight swap, no modification needed. It will fit as the silver can does, just like that. This bracket's different as well. There's a little support thing there. I presume, I haven't looked properly yet, but the original one, even with a silver can motor, when you accelerate, the back twitches like that with the torque. So I guess that's a bit of a support. You could do, on the older one, there was a third shock mod that you put in the middle to stop that. That was quite a common mod to do. So I guess they've incorporated a similar thing on this to stop it from torque. I don't know what you'd call that. Let's call it torque bouncing. And just like that, we've got a pretty, well, I mean, it is finished, not pretty much finished. I just need to throw the wheels on and paint the body. I was hoping to get it all done yesterday, but I ran out of time. Anyway, it's all finished. The front suspension is super nice. The rear suspension and that link setup is also super nice. We've got a little bit of flex there as well. Unlike the original one, which this bit goes onto these fixed points, this one floats, so actually it's going to extend your wheelbase. So the Evo has got slightly longer wheelbase, it's slightly wider track as well. Although I do want to question something on the box about the front. It says front double wishbone. This is the DTO4 that has front double wishbone suspension. One wishbone, two wishbone. Double wishbone suspension. The Evo has that lower arm there, which you could class as a wishbone. But on the top, it's just a link that goes from the chassis onto this upright here. I mean, it works really well. Certainly a massive improvement on the original that just has the well, just a single arm at the bottom and then a steering link. As well as the front suspension improvement, the servo up there, I should have shown you this before building it all. The servo goes to like a pivot via a steering link, which then is on bearings for the steering. I mean, the front and the rear of this, huge improvement over the original. Although, like I said earlier on, the original is meant to be all bouncy and fun. The Evo's just a bit more dialed in. So I'm gonna get the wheels on and paint the body. I've bought some black wheels from the black edition because of the colour I'm doing the body as well. Unless I've gone full clickbait on the thumbnail, you'll know what colour it is. So gone for black wheels, tyres, great, they're good. Obviously now with bearings, you also get these adapters in this kit as well. So they're for the rear. They're 12mm hex, and these are like bearing carriers with a 12mm hex around them. So the other bonus of the Evo kit, you're not gonna have to search for this like adapter kind of affair that some of these models have. So yeah, you can run different wheels. So improved front suspension, improved rear suspension, improved steering, you get bearings, you get oil shocks. Oil shocks, relatively easy to build. There's nothing odd about them. Feel much nicer. I'll do a drop test in a bit. But I can't remember what the price of the Evo was compared to the original. I just want to see, for the extras you're getting, is it worth the extra cost? These figures are all UK figures. So the standard one in the UK is £109. That's the one with an ESC. And the Evo's £169.99, so that's £60 more between the Evo and the original. Me personally, I think it's about right. Let's not forget, it's not all about the extras you get, it's the improvements as well. A set of like oil shocks like this and a set of basic shielded bearings isn't going to set you back £60. But I think overall with the improvements and stuff, I think it's about there. Maybe I would have liked to see just maybe £40 or £50 more. Bearings on the front wheels. Just keep spinning. I don't think £60 more is a crazy amount. The proof will be on how well this thing drives. And that's what we're going to, well, that's not what we're going to find out next, because we got to get this thing painted. And there it is, my Lunchbox EVO. Now I know there's going to probably be some mixed opinions on my choice of colour and style, but with the Evo being a modernised version of the original, I've gone for a more modern look. I've gone for a nice gloss grey colour. I've done all the chrome satin black. I've got matching wheels, complemented that grey with a set of Lunchbox Black Edition decals. There they are on the Lunchbox Black. Put some of the Evo stickers on, but I wanted to actually use the new Vanessa as well. We've got a mature, middle-aged Vanessa now, although she's looking good for middle-aged. So yeah, as you can see, Vanessa has changed slightly, and I was gonna cut her out and stick her on there, but she's leaning out the window differently, so I couldn't. But anyway, I think it has turned out really nice. And when we put it next to the original, look at the difference in the stance. This one almost sits flat. It does sit a little bit, it does dip a little bit down in the back, but you can put some of the shock preloaders on there, that might help. We got no camber on the front, whereas, well, look at the original. So yeah, definitely a big improvement. Look at that. This thing, you can tell straight away, this thing is going to drive really nice. Is it going to be too good? Are we going to lose the fun quirkiness of the original? Well, let's go find out. Right, we're going to do a little speed run first, not because one's going to be faster than the other. Well, I mean, the Evo should, well, it might be a little bit quicker because it's got full bearings, whereas there's no bearings in this. And that always gives a little bit more resistance. They've got exactly the same setup on both, so same motor, same ESC, same servo. The only difference is the batteries. We're going to give the OG a go first. If I can get it to actually keep the front end down with that hot motor in it. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention as well. The body is held on, it's screwed on this. You don't need to take the body off anyway to get the battery in and stuff. One of the weakest points on these are the body mounts. They break very easily. So that's just screwed on, so that should alleviate that issue. So 2S LiPo, they're almost the same. This one's got a little bit more milliamp hours, but like I said, it shouldn't be much different. That's full throttle straight away. Oh, that's pretty easy actually. But yeah, I wanted to give them a go just to see which one I could get to go straight easiest, but actually, this little thing's ripping. So we'll do a little handling test in a minute. Full throttle. So fun, these things. Whoa. I reckon that was about 20 mile an hour. Oh, 23. Nice. Right, first run of the Evo. First of all, will it pop a wheelie? Oh, easy. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's answered the question for me. Let's give this thing a little rip past. Full throttle straight away. It looks the same speed to me. You can get on the throttle sooner. Definitely can get on the throttle quicker. It's absolutely still got that Lunchbox vibe about it. It's still got that bouncy, wheelie popping machine. 24, a mile an hour more, so that's probably the bearings, and it's a little bit lower, a little bit more planted. I just want to try a little figure of 8. I can't see the time, but I'm just going to rip this round as fast as I can. I'll put the time on the screen, and then we'll do it with the Evo. But yeah, this steering is non-existent. You have to properly come off throttle to get that thing to dig in, bouncing all over the place. Well, this is actually more difficult than I thought. Come on. You really have to come off that throttle to get it to turn in. Right, I think that's probably enough laps. Let's get the old Evo out and give it a go. Right, let's see what this thing's got. Oh, yeah, well, okay, we don't need a timer, do we, to work this one out? You still have to obviously come off the throttle. I mean, it's two-wheel drive, isn't it? So you have to get out front to dig in, but man, that's got to be at least twice as fast, I reckon. Definitely twice as fast. Victory wheelie. Oh! Oh, my poor bumper. So I didn't show you the suspension on the bench like a drop test, but look, if I just sort of bounce along, look, like that. Look at the difference. Much nicer. Like I've said, still has that bouncy Lunchbox vibe. It's just way more planted. It's clear that the Evo is the winner. Let's just go and have a play and see what this thing's about. Lunchboxes don't belong on skate parks, do they? So I found the perfect spot for this, which is Broxtowe Model Car Club. There's a 1/10 on-road track there, but this is where the Lunchbox is at home. Whoa, got a lot of power with that little motor. Anyway, this thing, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh man, look how it jumps. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look how it rolls. I broke the steering on the OG. Little bump with this thing and yeah, broke the servo arm, or the servo saver. Oh man, this thing drives so nice. Oh, I love it. And like I've said, it's still got that Lunchbox vibe. That popping wheel is bouncing around. Controlled bouncing. Well, sort of controlled bouncing. I'll tell you what, Evo racing with these things, the Midnight Pumpkin, that'd be amazing on like a track like this. When they do the off-road racing here, they set a track up. That'd be so good. Look at it. Man, I'm blown away by this. This is a masterclass in nostalgia from Tamiya. They did it with the Hornet Evo as well, didn't they? Take a super iconic like product of yours that we all know and love, make it even better, modernise it, and well, make us feel like kids again. An absolute masterclass. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I can't believe well, I've said it quite a few times, I can't believe how well it handles. It just like glides over all the bumps. It doesn't look like it should. It looks like it should be rolling over every time, but it doesn't, it just keeps going. Watch it over this, I'll just go flat out over this, you watch it. It will not fall. It'll just soak up all the bumps. Ready, look, full throttle. And the other way. All right, it rolls sometimes. I'm gonna go and give it a quick lap on the 1/10 track in a second. I just wanna show you it will clear this. If you get the right entry into that corner, it will clear this jump. See if I can show you first time. Get a nice high corner, full throttle. Yes. Let's go again. Full throttle. Oh, just about made it. Not sure it's going to have the traction over there. It's a little bit slippery. It's a bit damp. Let's see. Oh, actually, oh, it's not damp actually. Oh, it's got loads of traction. Come on, let's do a lap, full lap. Full lap without rolling. Round the berm. Oh, nice. Very nice. This just shouldn't be going around like this. Lift that front wheel. I tell you what, this is probably easier than some of the 110 road cars I've brought down here. Full throttle. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh man, so good. Whoa. Well, the rain has spoiled fun for today, but my word, this thing has been awesome. I've been here for ages. I'm on the second pack now. The first pack I got about, I want to say 40 minutes run time. I'm about halfway through the second pack now. It's too slippery now. I've been dialing my lap times in, but keeps spinning that back end round. Oh man. Lunchbox EVO. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Vanessa, you've impressed me. Ah, it's really raining now. I've got no raincoat. Right, come back here. Come on, back to the car. Oh, go on, one last jump, you've earned it. Oh, and it was a beautiful one as well. Go on. Oh, so close. So close. Look at the state of the old girl. Oh, I need a restoration already. Anyway, hopefully I don't need to tell you how good that was because you would have seen how much fun I was having. This thing is mad. I did make a slight mistake on the build though. I don't know whether you can see in there, but you see the bearing is just hanging out. This has a slightly wider track than the OG, though with them bearings out, it's got a slight negative camber. We've got a bit of stance going on. Anyway, yeah, I made a slight error. A couple of times I looked at it and I could see the wheel was sort of flopping about, or the axle was flopping about a bit. And it's because the bearings had slipped out. Let's push that back in. Now what I did was I just put the little pin through there, put the adapter on, and then put the wheel on. But as you can see, there's a gap there, so it allows that bearing to fall out. I didn't see in the instructions where you have to put that little spacer. And if I get the F tree out, they are the only two things left on it. What an idiot. So that goes on there, that goes in there, then that goes on there. There we go. Problem, well, it's not a problem, it was my problem, solved. Also, I think on a couple of them jumps, maybe I've pushed the thread into the rod end a little bit because we've got some serious negative camber on the front as well. Not so much on this side, but this one's definitely sticking in. But it's adjustable, you can adjust your camber. You can have a proper stance if you want a proper stance. But other than that, the road rash and my slight error on the build, this thing has been a champ. My only kind of gripe really is they kept the original like chassis, original battery tray. And although you can fit lipos in, I'm using a Reedy Wolf pack, and that one there is a Gens Ace. And they're like the nickel metal hydride shape. Very slightly longer, but you can fit them. It would have been nice if they'd like squared this off so you could fit more modern batteries in it. And before we wrap this video up, there is one more thing that is slightly concerning about this. And I'll tell you that in a minute, but I wasn't going to do a drop test, but you need to see the drop test on these two. Both got batteries, full electronics in it. This is the OG. You'll have to just ignore the wobbly wheels. Like I said earlier, I broke the servo saver. OG, and I'm going to drop it from about 6 inches. Is that 6 inches? There you go, look. That is what the old Lunchbox, oh, sounds awful. Now watch the EVO, same height. Look at that. That tells you everything you need to know about this suspension. Right, anyway, the final thing. This thing is still as fun as the Lunchbox ever was. It's quirky, it pops wheelies. It's a little bit unstable if you put a little bit too much throttle in or if you put too much power in. And of course, it still looks awesome. So the OG released 1987, then re-released again 2005, and I don't think it's ever been discontinued and then re-released again. I think it's been going for 21 years now. I think Tamiya have done too good a job of keeping the nostalgia going and keeping that quirkiness, but just making a better car. I think the original Lunchbox is probably going to end up on the shelf.